Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are grateful for you all. We know that Thanksgiving it's next week, so we just wanted to start by telling you all thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the PDP family. Thank you for everything that you all do out there. Just, big thanks from the PDP team. Today we don't actually have a specific topic. Every now and then we just do open floor. We let everybody give us a feedback. During the meeting we also allow you to ask questions. We're here to answer them all tonight. So hopefully we all can be here for a few minutes, just having a good conversation and being able to just answer any questions or concerns you might have.
Yep.
And Peter will actually start tonight.
Yes. So I want to start with some questions that already came through before the meeting. Feedback from the team and from owner operators that send us messages. Yes. And but before that, I also want to piggyback on the Thanksgiving. Because I am also very, very thankful to every single one of you for all that you do out there. I'm thankful for the team that we have. I think that right now we probably have the best owner operators, the best team members in our whole company. And you can see it with statistics and safety and everything else, but it's true. We probably have the best people right now. Yes, and I'm just grateful to you that I'm grateful for this year. Even with all its bumps and everything, there's a lot to learn from. And so let's get into it. So one of the biggest common denominator questions that I've been asked recently, and I've seen the questions, and I'm sure that some of you have this question right now too, is Peter, where's the market, going, and the loads, the rates, the brokers, like all of that stuff going on, and I want to tell you a story. Okay, a true story. Gonna try to keep it short. Yes, but let me tell you a story of I started trucking in 2005 as a driver. In 2006, 1 year later, we opened up this company, or I opened it up as a owner operator with one truck. And 2007 was great. I mean, it was probably like, I was so pumped. I was like, man, this is so easy. This is so exciting. I was making really good money. And I was like, I remember, how much I spent on those restaurants. It was crazy. But I ate everything and anything. I didn't, I paid bills, but I was having fun. And then 2008, 2009, the winter of 2008, 2009, I quit trucking. It was bad. Okay, it got horrible really fast. And I remember going into a depression mode and just quitting it all. Of course, I had to keep on paying the truck payments. I had to tell my mom that I was single at that time, and I had to ask my mom to move in with her. It was very humbling experience, okay? Yeah, and then I went to work for another company, not even trucking, like they were something to do with planting and spreading seeds on the highway. And putting mulch and, a lot of hard labor. And it was interesting because the two things that stand out in that experience was, one, there was a time when the boss asked the employees to borrow some money for gas because we couldn't go to work. It was, like there was a foreman and one, two, three, four of us total, plus the foreman, so 5. And they all looked at everybody. They're like, oh, I ain't doing that. And I'm being the newbie. I'm like, sure, okay. So I helped out. I never got that money back, even to this day. Yeah, and then after a while, when I was working in the fields, and we were just talking, and they, we all kind of get into each other's business a little bit, and like, yeah, what did you do before? How'd you get to this? Blah, blah, blah. And when they found out that I actually own a truck, and they all kind of looked at me with this stare and just kind of, what are you doing here? And I remember, like, what do you mean what I'm doing? Like, trucking sucks. It doesn't make any money. I mean, you're going, I mean, it's bankrupt and it's bad, and I don't make any. I used to make the money, yeah, like in 2007 it was amazing, but now it's just bad. It will always be that way. I mean, my first cycle, and it was very interesting to tell that to them, and then they would look at me and still be like, but I mean, don't you see where, I mean, the boss can't even gas up the tank. And so yeah, I was pondering on it, and then my lesson from that was that when economy hits, it hits everywhere. Okay. Like that, 2000, and many of you, if you remember, 2008, 2009, it was not pretty for a lot of people. So it was a very humbling experience. And then it got better. So I went back into trucking. And then the next cycle. There was a time when I actually almost declared a bankruptcy. I know this is not the pretty side of things to talk about, but it's true. I was literally sitting with a lawyer going over all the reasons why and how they're gonna approve me, because as you know, in order to go bankrupt, you actually you have to be approved to be able to go through bankruptcy. And I was hitting all the points. And I was sitting there going over and just, I have to sign one page, blah, blah, blah. And he's explained to me how serious this is. And there's no going back, okay? Because this will forever haunt you. And, if 7 years and blah, blah, blah. And, something just clicked. I just remember going through that process, and I'm just looking at this, and I'm just like, no, I ain't gonna do this. No, this is just not gonna be me. This is not gonna be my story. I'm just not gonna do this. And, I still remember that feeling. Because, hey, the bills, it was piling up, okay? I had to pay, I had to make payroll, I had to do, and it was very hard to come, and tell my wife, yeah, I can't pay my bills, I don't know. Maybe it's me, my manhood or whatever you want to call it. But it was very, very heartbreaking. And yeah, I do not recommend any, like, if you can avoid any of that, please do. However, I will say that without that experience, we would not be where we are today. We would not be where we are today. Every single time in the cycles that we've been up and down, we've learned since then. This is my 5th cycle, and I just want to kind of underline, or kind of like, ugh. Guys, if you're hearing me, okay, hear me this. The reason why I've been telling you since the beginning of this year and before about the cycles and everything, how it is, it's not to scare you, okay? It's not to, I lost count how many times we've survived the doomsday scenario in our generation. But I'm sure that generations before us. I mean, do you remember the 2012? I mean, those are the big ones. But I'm sure that everybody keeps coming up with all of these end of the world scenarios all the time. And I'm not telling you those things to scare you. I'm telling you all of those things to let you know that it's part of business. It's part of life. And there is really good lessons learned out of those horrible, hard times. Sometimes it gets really bad. Sometimes it's mild. But in any case, you can learn from it. Okay? And during those times, what I do and what I've done before, that is the reason why we've succeeded, even through the worst. I'm telling you, you do not get to the bottom as much as bankruptcy, okay? That's literally the lowest point, financially speaking. And we pushed through. I literally had, debtors calling me and just on all the time. You have to pay this. You have to pay. Why haven't you? Yeah. You know what's going to happen if you don't pay. And I've had so many intimidating calls and all that, so I had to grow thick skin with them and like, you know what? You're going to have to wait. You know what? I'm going to pay you. Did I tell you I'm not going to pay? No. I said I'm going to pay you. I'm going to pay you. And my credit score is good because I pushed through. Okay? But it was not easy. Okay? But the main thing out of that, all history, is that, man, when you push through, when you hustle, when you budget, okay, when it's not really that difficult. There's no like such a special sauce or anything like that. It's really, the hard thing is on the emotional side, really. And to be staying positive when everything and everybody is telling you the hell is broken loose, okay? And this is why I've told you, like, if you're negative, I love you, brother, but you're wrong for being negative, okay? I'll tell you that. There is some good lessons to take out of it, even out of the hardest things. Even out of the negative things, there's always good to take out of it. And that's just my lesson. That's something that I've learned. And I encourage you to not give up. Push through. You've been doing what you've been doing for some time now. And if you haven't, talk to us who has. And I'm telling you, trucking will be here. Okay? It has its own bumps, but it will be here. And we will have good times again. Okay? We will have good times again. Okay, so I want to switch over back to the Q&As. I want to make sure, let's just agree to one thing. I know where we are right now with the freight and everything, how we are with the market. I want to hear your questions. I want to hear your comments. Please send them your ways. I see Mr. Sims has mentioned a comment. That's a great comment. But I love it that the outcome is positive. And that is the key here. Okay, guys? Because we will not get anything out of this if we are going to stay negative. I know it's hard. I know it's not easy. But again, it's very, very important to stay positive, and we will push through this. So anybody has any uplifting comments, or anybody has any questions, or, I would love to hear them. Mr. Sims says that according to Freight Waves, things should turn around in second half of 2023. Only time will tell. I learned to grab big company freight. It's always there, but the pay is up and down. Yes. I will also add that with the elections over, or partially over, but mostly over, the good news out of that, and I'm not going to get into all politics and stuff, if you voted, good job. Either way, whichever you voted, just please, that's a big deal, at least I think. But because of the elections over, I think that's going to play a big role too. And because of the way I heard this commentary said once, like, who was it? The government works best when it's in gridlock. And we're kind of getting a gridlock from what it sounds like, with the House flipped to Republican. So in a way that makes sense, because we need to have some kind of stability, because of COVID, because of so many things that's been happening, that's been really unstable for economy. A stability would help a lot, and that will help us with the supply and demand and so forth in the long term. So I feel like that's a good, legitimate, positive thing to look forward to. Yes, and another thing, if you read through Freight Waves, that is a great source. I also look at that all the time. And if you look at all the different kinds, they got air, they got rail, they got road, trucking section, and I get them all. Yes, if you look through all of that, the market can only go down so much. And the good news is we've seen how low it can go because of 2020 in April. And in many ways, because it happened so fast back then, it actually did a lot of good. Because the demand, it picked up eventually for sure when the country started to open up, but the supply got tighter. And as long as if you stick it out, you will be able to, make the most out of that next wave. And I know I've talked about this, but it's true. It's very, very true. So it's the same thing here. The faster it drops and the lower it drops, it's better in a way that, the same thing will happen. And the market can only go down so much, and have fallen quite a bit already. So so that's another thing. So that what Mr. Sims is talking about, I agree with that. Of course, we can't predict the future, and we don't know exactly when, but it's very, very close. I agree that we're very close to the end of the downturn because of the election and everything that's happened and that's been happening recently. Yes.
David Owens, he was just saying thank you for being or taking time to listen to him and talk to him last week. Everyone in the office at PDP is so helpful. It helped me a lot to get more focus. We thank you, David. We're here for you all, and if y'all ever need to talk to somebody, if you just want to maybe chat with us a little bit about everything that is going on, about your concerns, maybe about something that you need to talk to somebody about, give us a call. We're here for you, and we have always told you all that it does not bother us when you call us. It does not actually, interfere with our day to day, because that's what we do here. We're doing everything for you all. So if you call us and you talk to us, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and I also want to say thank you, David, because from conversations like that, I actually learn a lot too, because I really appreciate, the feedback and everything that you've given. And I mean, a lot of us, we know what we need to do, but sometimes it's just a matter of us speaking it out and kind of just somebody listening. And I mean, I've gotten quite a few feedback from him. Yeah, so I appreciate you guys when you talk to me about that. Yeah, and I did want to ask some questions, some review questions towards the end of the meeting. But other than that, yes, thank you. Thank you, David. Alrighty. Anybody else who has any more questions
Or comments.
or comments?
Hey, Peter.
Yes.
Peter, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, I'm driving, so I can't look at the chat. Hey, nice talking to you.
Yes, Philip.
So a couple things. One, maybe you could give us an update on your truck terminal shop, new office space. That sounds pretty exciting. I know Josh is kind of taking a leadership role on developing that out. I'm wondering kind of how that's coming along, and if there's opportunities for us to do like walkthroughs, even if it's not ready yet, just to kind of see how that process is happening. And maybe you just want to talk about some of the, the opportunities and that PDP is going to be utilizing with that space for us. And then the second thing is I just wanted to talk about. See, I don't really find that the market's all that bad right now. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I've been doing this like 6 years. Of course, I keep my overhead down incredibly low, but if you're willing to just like go anywhere and follow the lanes and the rates and the seasons, like, and not be the less you limit yourself, the more opportunity you'll have to make the revenue that you need. I mean, it's just the bottom line. Anytime you have to go home, whether it be for your kid's softball match or for a dentist appointment or just because you miss your wife or any reason you have to be anywhere at any time and takes yourself out of the rhythm of making money, it just sets you back. It sets you back with time. It sets you back with revenue. If you can just keep yourself on one-way trips and live out of your truck, I mean, I think it's quite reasonable out here. I mean, I've seen it worse in the last 6 years. I mean, I think the last 2 years were somewhat of an anomaly and just record-setting rates. I mean, yeah, it was amazing to do like $15,000 weeks, and have these like $30, sometimes $35,000 month, gross revenue. But that's just so unrealistic, But if you're still making like $3-4 grand a week take home, I mean, you're fine, and that's certainly on the table. I mean, I don't know what y'all's negotiation skills or relationships are. I'm still, I don't know about what y'all do with managing your relationships with brokers, but I keep a spreadsheet. Every single lane that I've run, I have the name of the brokerage, the contact that I booked the load with, the lane, the rate, and the shipper and the receiver's contact information. I've got thousands of these that, eventually I would like to go back and, set up a, potentially like direct, customer relationship with. The problem is that I love the money off the spot market. So I'm just addicted. When it's low, it's low. But when it's good, it's really good. And babysitting customers really takes you away from the great opportunities with the big highs in the market.
Yep.
So some people like the dedicated routes, but I don't want to babysit a dedicated account. And also, I have, made a career out of just like going where the money is and trying to not have to be somewhere as much as possible. So that's kind of my 2 cents on it. But I personally don't think I've seen it worse, I mean, and I think the last 2 years are not good. Of course, my truck and trailer are paid off, so I might be in a different position than some other guys. But yeah. So anyway, I don't know if that's hopeful or what, but I would just say, yeah, man, don't go home. Stay out there, and you'll make the money. So anyway, and then if you wanted to comment on the shop, that'd be great. Thanks.
Yes, thank you, Philip. Carlos, I see your hand up. I'll give you a chance to talk next. Yes, thank you for Philip. I agree. It does depend where you at, which trailer you're running, what your situation is. That's what I was talking about the whole time. Get ready. Yes, preferences. Everything you just said. I completely agree from my own experience. Yes, and yes, as far as the shop and the building. So we actually have a city meeting tomorrow, and we're progressing. We are working on certificate of occupancy. It's still not there yet. The goal is to get as much of. We already are doing the remodeling there, and hoping that it kind of be finished at the same time when we get certificate of occupancy, which is somewhere towards the end of the year. But we have started the shop already this quarter. It's operational. It's not 100% yet because obviously we can't drop a transmission or anything like that right now on that yard. But we've made do with the space we got, and stuff like that. Actually, we had a truck that was in Florida, completely broken down.
Transmission.
Yeah, transmission. Yeah, it was transmission.
Came off the truck.
Yeah, and we were able to go pick it up, tow it down here, and order transmission. And that truck's gonna be fixed like new basically soon.
Same thing with the other one with the engine.
Yeah, the other one. So bottom line, how I told you guys that we will be able to pretty much pick up an equipment from anywhere around the U.S. and 48 states, bring them down here, get you into another rental or something like that. Meanwhile, we're working on this truck. We are able to do that right now. We're literally just started that this quarter. When I say this quarter, I'm talking about October. So yeah, we've done that already, and we're just perfecting it, really. We've done tires. We've done so many different things on it. It's been working quite a bit. Now it's going to be a lot better when we have the certificate of occupancy to be able to do it out of that shop. I promise you that. We've done some remodeling in the office space. Yeah, so the goal is to be able to celebrate Christmas there, hopefully. If not, be able to move in early next year. But the capabilities of having that place there, it's amazing because there's parking there. There's, the shop is there, the dealership. With the dealership, we're able to actually switch over finally to adding trucks. And I know I wish it was much faster, but we've kind of been, because of having to buy the building and remodel and how everything is with the city, we've been delayed even with the dealership. But now we've gotten a go to keep going. So we have actually good news. And you want to share about the trucks, the KWs?
Yes, it's actually one of the questions here in the chat as well. A couple of you guys were asking about it. We are in the process of getting 6 Kenworths 2019s. So as soon as we have the details on the terms and all of that, then we will definitely share that with you all. It should be this week for sure.
Yeah, and we're gonna make it much easier because so these the equipment that comes available to lease, they will show up on our website on the public site of available equipment, and it's going to be managed by the team. So like previously, I had to be the one to update it manually, and it took a lot of time and everything, and I wasn't able to update it as often as I should probably. But now with how uniform and how easy it is, and it's integrated into our system, the team, PDP office, they will be able to manage it. And basically, as soon as we have a truck, trailer,
updated.
yeah, the pictures, everything just, it pops up on there, and it's going to be automatically updated, with them managing it. So yes, I see a question here asking if this is PDP. PDP trucking is all about the MC authority. It's all about the operation for the owner operators, yes. But the equipment for the lease, it's all coming through a sister company that's called EGP, Equipment Legacy Equipment, or something like that.
PDP Legacy Equipment Leasing.
Yes, thank you. So, which, by the way, you guys will probably see anybody who has the equipment or, rents or, equipment
Lease.
from us or leases, you'll probably see that, seeing that change on a contract. The terms don't change, it's just the name.
Yeah.
But from now on, basically, all of that equipment is going to be from EGP, and it's going to be leased to you guys directly. To the owner operators. So yes, this equipment is available for you to switch if you want to, or I don't know, new guys and different stuff
We
like that.
actually have a couple of guys that are waiting on trucks that are already in the fleet, and they're waiting on trucks either because their truck has major repair spending, like they need a new engine, a new transmission, things of that sort. So we are definitely wanting to make sure that those guys are taken care of. But hey, there is more than 6 trucks. We actually have a few Volvos in the yard. We have the Freightliner, the International. So we're getting ready to have options for you guys. If it's for upgrading your equipment, if it's for maybe expanding your fleet here in the near future, or for the ones that I mentioned that are in need of trucks right now.
Yes, and we gotten the 3 KWs just delivered this week, and we're working on the next 3 very soon. So yes, and I am trying to push to get the terms and the pictures, like all of that stuff, available to you and everybody publicly this week. It's actually one of the reasons why I've slowed down on the IFTA, because with IFTA that being due by October 31st, that was filed and everything is done. Currently, we've upgraded the system to where it's all done on PDP website now. And the cool thing about that is you guys will have access to your IFTA also to be able to view from PDP. We already have the major system, or like the foundation of that, done. The only thing I don't have done is to give you guys access to see it from your side. And this available equipment is slowing me down, but I'm trying to roll those updates out this week. So just FYI.
Carlos Dawkins, I know he...
Yes. Okay, Carlos, thank you for waiting. Let me see. I'm asking you to unmute yourself.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh.
Hi, Carlos.
I think with hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
I think with everything we got going on as owner operators here, we need to network more with each other, because a lot of us don't even know each other. We might see a PDP truck in passing, but I think if, like, some guys, I work with other guys that with PDP, like if you come into Charlotte, like the gentleman was saying earlier, just keep running. But like, let's say if I come to your town, I should be able to network with you, or maybe if you off, I could leave, we could switch loads. I know it's a way to get it done, because bigger companies do it, how you can transfer a load from somebody else, and then the other person can keep running or take another load. I know that we have to be responsible for each other's trailers, but is that like a option where we can like get a pool of trailers or something of that nature, wherein we can maximize our money? Because all the time I don't want to sit and have to sit on a weekend or sit on a particular load, because it might be a good load going into my area, but now I got to wait 2-3 days. But I guess the gist of it is, I think us as owner operators, we need to be able to network with each other a little bit more, where we might can help each other out to maximize the amount of money that we're making out here. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. Yes, I mean, that's open for sure. And I've seen some of that networking going on. But I mean, that's all up to you guys. That's actually a good comment. Thank you, Carlos. I got Anton raising hand. So let me ask to unmute. Go ahead, Anton.
Yeah, I just want to say hello to everybody. How y'all doing? Good afternoon.
Hello.
When I first came to PDP, I started off, I think, with a dry van. I went from dry van to reefer. I went from reefer to step deck. And now I pull a RGN. I don't know. I think I bugged them for months to let me lease this RGN from them, and they finally, gave in to me. And I think it ended up being a great situation. I make the most money I've ever made in trucking now that I did this. I've had my ups and downs here with PDP. But one thing I will say is that, Peter and Myra, they stuck behind me and supported me in my decisions and career changes. But ultimately, I want to say is, guys, what's coming, what's going, what's hot, what's the government putting money into, and set yourself up to be successful in that way. You know what I mean? By me doing what I do, I have the ability to haul a lot of specialty freight. I don't know if anybody in the fleet has ever done that. But, I make a lot of money doing oversized loads or specialty loads where you can charge more, where, you don't have to run as much, or your load is not dictated as much by the market. It's about the service you can provide. So, when times where it gets slow with dry van freight or reefer freight, you got to be able to do different stuff or set yourself up to do different things so you can be successful. That's pretty much what I wanted to give. Don't get locked in into anything. It's like chess. You gotta see the next move. Peter's been telling us for months and months and months. The slowdown is coming. The slowdown is coming. So I mean, if you were smart and you were positioning yourself, to see this coming, or like the other guy said, if you got brokers that you work with or lanes that you run and you built up these relationships for times like this, it won't hurt you as much because those brokers are leaning, tendency to reach out to the guys who do a good job or who they have a relationship with versus putting stuff on a load board. Trucking is in itself is a dog eat dog industry. You know what I mean? Like when it's good, everybody runs in a truck and they get trucks and everything's good. But when the freight slows down and there's more trucks on the road than there is freight, rates are going to drop. Brokers don't have to fight and claw to move loads. And unfortunately, it's not going to stabilize until the people who ran out and, bought expensive trucks or, came in the game with too much overhead until they leave the market, until the trucks balance back out. If you're one of the ones who can survive and stick it through and you set yourself up, then you'll be okay for when rates go back up. Right now, I'm looking to buy equipment. Everybody's selling stuff cheap. They're getting out of the game. This is when you can get a lot of stuff, on the low. So when rates do come back, you're set up in a good position. So that's all I want to say.
Yeah, I read one of the commentaries say that just wait because, this was a couple months ago, but the time is coming that it's gonna be like Black Friday. You're gonna be able to walk and like buy yourself at the store with all the sales. Because guess what, those guys that bought the prices overpriced, if they don't know what they're doing and they bought it literally at the hype of things, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're gonna, unless they have a way to pay for it or something to push through that, there's gonna be some guys who's, you know, gonna have to get rid of that truck. It's sad. It is sad, and I've actually had to do that myself, you know, some time ago. But bottom line, yes, sale is gonna be there, and
we have some really great feedback, and we can definitely, just going back to what Carlos was saying, we can definitely figure something out for them to network together.
yes, I
think
see
we can,
Sam mentioned that.
yes, so we can definitely come up with something so that everyone can stay in contact, you know, with the rest of the owner operators, the rest of the team, and maybe, you know, we can help each other. So.
Yes, a couple things that I'm reading through here. The whole point, going back to the shop thing, the whole point of that shop is so that we're able to do this for you guys. You know, many of you guys been asking like, oh my gosh, what's the big deal about PDP? What's so different about PDP compared to another guy? Well,
Another company.
yeah, another smaller company.
Your own authority.
Yes, and that's the thing. I mean, one of the biggest things that we will have as a huge advantage with the shop. I mean, we will be able to go pretty much anywhere in the U.S., grab that, bring it here, get you into another truck, and while, you know, your truck is being worked on, you're not, you know, going into negative and stuff like that. And then with a repair, I mean, I would say it depends on what kind of repair it is and stuff like that. If it is our truck or through us, it's much easier to deal with it because many times we could maybe restructure it and put it towards the end or something like that. You know, but in any case, yeah, finance or something like, in any case, we will have more flexibility with having a shop, with having, you know, and then with the trucks coming from, you know, the dealership and all of that, that's also a big deal because you know how many times I've bought trucks by now, like I've lost count how many trucks we bought. And one of the biggest devastating that kind of, you know, like that feeling like, thank you for that help, you know, sales guy, but yeah, you just screwed me with that one. And that feels the most hurtful because anytime you buy equipment at the very, very hype, you know, it's just, it has its own pros and cons, and I know the whole market, I'm not going to get into it. It's, you know, some of it is feelings, okay? But my point is, it gives us capability to actually give you guys better choices, better options, and so forth. And it's all at its infant stage right now in some ways. Yes, I get it. But as it develops, as it progresses and stuff like that, it's going to get stronger and the deals are going to be better and better. In fact, right now with these KWs, I mean, the deals that we've got on them compared to what others are doing, I mean, I feel like it's going to be a great deal. And yeah, so I mean, of course, we're going to make it competitive with the market and stuff like that. Yeah, but the best thing that you got to understand, you know, we're not just a trucking company. We're not just, oh, yeah, here you go, you know, they got MC and that's it. No. Self-dispatch owner-operator, that's been our niche. That's great, but we want to do more, okay? It needs to be more. It needs to be because, you know, there's a huge, huge issue and really a need for when the truck does break down. We're trying to conquer that and make it our strength. When it comes to getting trucks, I mean, we've had to push back a little bit because of getting the land and stuff like that. But now that's done, we will push really hard to make that our strength. You know, acquiring trucks to be able to offer good quality trucks to the owner-operator. And not just to the new owner-operators, but also to change the equipment, to upgrade the equipment for the guys that are here. Like all of that, it has to be our strength. It has to be our strength. That's our goal. And then the website and all the tools that it comes, which, by the way, I think it's a proper time to ask this, but like freight waves, the way we have it integrated, I know that it's not to the fullest that I want it to be yet, you know, but I want to hear some feedback from you guys on that, what you think, if it's helpful what we have right now. If not, I mean, just how can we improve it and stuff like that. If anybody wants to comment or even email me afterwards or call me or something afterwards, I want to hear that feedback from you guys, how all of that is going on, because the website itself, it's, you know, the accounting side of it or the billing side of it, the report side of it. What other reports do you guys want to see on there? You know, like all of that is very important. And I trying to remember who it was, but somebody called me the other day and said, hey, it would be nice to be able to do EFS checks online by ourselves. And I actually looked into that, by the way. I've had a meeting with TCS, and their API does not support that yet, but because we requested it, and another company apparently requested it too, they actually have it on the list. And I mean, right now they're telling me towards the end of this year, there's gonna, you know, they'll be able to see what they'll finish what they're doing right now by the end of the year, and then the next thing will be that, which I'm excited about that, because that will be a big deal, and we're gonna figure it out one way or another. Like it's very important to make the tools and everything that we provide to you guys to make it our strength. It has to be our strength. It's not enough to be just a, you know,
company.
Yeah, no, it's not enough to be just a back office support. At least it's not enough for me, okay? And all the time, as we go, we keep improving, we keep learning, we keep, you know, making it better. But that's the difference about us. Alrighty, so on the screen here, we got all the names from all the attendees. Yes, we're gonna do 2 winners, $300 each. However, as you know, you are all winners because you get 3 positive points. And with that, if you know, it goes towards your BTO card. If you don't know what that means or if it's significant or not, please reach out to the office, because it's a big deal. Yes, so here we go. The first winner is Michael C. Yes.
Congratulations, Michael.
Congratulations.
Are you here?
Hi, thanks.
Hello.
There you are. Okay.
Congratulations,
Mike.
And
Alrighty.
The next winner.
The next winner is $300. Here it goes. Ah, so close.
David
Soto.
Congratulations. David.
Congratulations.
I'm here. Yeah, that's the first one in 2 years.
Hey.
Yes,
It's
you
your
deserve
lucky
it. Thank
day.
you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So, and now let's switch to the Most Valuable Operator Award. So let me mention this. We've had some people ask a little bit, oh, you know, but my motive ELD, everything's good there. Why is my score so low? You have to, there's actually a section on your app when you log in. There's a scorecard. And you can actually see what that is. And it's pretty cool because it can tell you how you can improve it too. So it does look at everything, but on the safety side of things, It looks specific. It gives you like a point and stuff like that after you've driven, I want to say a week, and it looks at the history of the last week or two or something like that. But you have to drive at least for a week in order for that point system to start working. And if not, it kind of slows you, or it kind of gives you an average in our system and stuff like that. So you're not completely at zero. Yes, but the history stays there. So my point is, the way our system calculates this, it looks at the motive cab card, the ELD cab card, not cab, ELD scorecard. Yes, check that out. It's you know, very useful stuff to learn, and it actually helps you, you know, with the economy on the truck, all that. And then there's the BTO card on PDP website. All of that has to do with roadside inspections. So the more roadside inspections you pass, it actually does show up good. If you've had like this, for example,
Attending the meeting.
Yeah, attending the meeting, the 3 points, it actually goes towards that.
No accidents.
Yes, no accidents, none of that. So yeah, all of that, and then also the revenue stats. So yeah, how much you book loads in the last 30 days from today. All of this is updated daily.
Constantly updated.
Yes, actually more than once on a day. Yeah, which is why we look at it during the meeting.
The day before the meeting and during the meeting.
Well, yeah, but we're taking the snapshot right now. So anyway, I got it pulled up here. Let me zoom in a little bit. So we got the first place. We actually got Carlos Dawkins.
Congratulations,
Yes, congratulations. Woohoo! Yes, the second place we got Mario Sims.
Congratulations, Mario. Woo!
Yeah, so the first place is $1,000. Second place is $750, and then we got third place Adam Gentry.
Congratulations, Adam.
Man, those
And
just switched.
Rudy was actually pretty close too. So it is possible.
Yeah, but just like you said, yes, we check it all the time, and it keeps switching, back and forth, because depending on how you drive, you know, what loads you turn in, all of that. So, yes.
Yeah, just so you all know, everyone here in the office keeps a close eye on that report, especially on the day of the meeting. So it's exciting to see how it's changing throughout the day.
Yes, good job, guys.
Great job.
Alrighty, thank you all for coming. I will say that the next meeting is going to be on December 12th. We're kind of moving it towards the middle of the month because of the holidays. Yes, but December 12th is next meeting. It's Monday, 6 p.m. again. Enjoy, you know, the turkey or just the time that you will have during the holiday. Be safe out there. I mean, it's getting, you know, colder and stuff like that. We're very proud of you. Thank you for everything that you're doing. And yes, for any questions or any other comments you guys want to mention, just please reach out to the team, reach out to us. We would love to talk to you. We want to hear from you, the comments and the feedbacks. So thank you.
Have a blessed Thanksgiving.
Yes, have a blessed
And
Thanksgiving.
Thank you all.
God bless.
Thanks.
Bye.